Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the class on probability for the subject numerical and statistical method. So, guys, yesterday we discussed about the problem on dice. We discussed about the problem on points. We have discussed the scenarios which can be built up with regard to dice and coin and all. We have done those kind of questions already. I believe that you don't have any doubt. If you have any doubt with respect to the concept, what I have discussed till now, feel free to ask your doubt. Only thing we should be very confident about what we need to be very confident about the two terms at most and at least. Okay, so we should be very clear with these two terms. Okay, and like you need to understand like whenever you work on a random experiment, probably in probability, you can use the formula of binomial theorem. So that formula is probability of x is equal to ncr, probability of r is equal to ncr p to the power r into q to the power n minus r. Here this is the formula. This is the formula of binomial theorem. We'll discuss about binomial theorem or Bernoulli theorem more in probably in upcoming semesters. Okay, so right now we'll not discuss more about them. Or if you studied binomial theorem in 12th standard, then you can correlate to what I'm saying here. So what is here? P is means probability of getting success. P means probability of getting success. That is your P. P is your probability of getting success. That is your P. While what is Q? Q is the probability of getting failure. Where Q is the probability of getting failure. So in case of coin, the success probability or the failure probability both is equal to 1 by 2. So you are getting, if I'm solving an objective type exam where out of four options only one option is correct, so the probability of success would be 1 by 4 and probability of failure would be 3 by 4. So I hope you are getting it. Fine. So NCR, so you are very clear about NCR. The NCR means n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. So that also you are very clear about that part. Okay. Now, like if you see some problems like this, if you see this question number 4, if you see problems like question number 4, okay, the probability that Bhavesh can solve a problem is 5 by 7. So if I give a problem to Bhavesh, the probability that Bhavesh can solve this problem is 5 by 7. And so then the probability that Bhavesh cannot solve the problem will be 1 minus 5 by 7, that will be 2 by 7. So if I give a problem to Bhavesh, probability that Bhavesh can solve the problem will be is given as 5 by 7. So then the probability that Bhavesh cannot solve the problem would be 2 by 7. I hope this is clear with you. Okay. Then if I give 10 problem to Bhavesh, if I give 10 questions to Bhavesh, or if 10 questions are given to Bhavesh, what is the probability that he solve at least one of the 10 problems? If I give 10 problem to Bhavesh, so what can happen if I give 10 problem to Bhavesh here? The probability that Bhavesh can solve the problem is what, 5 by 7 or what? Probability that Bhavesh can solve the problem is 5 by 7. Probability that Bhavesh cannot solve the problem is 2 by 7. So if I give 10 problem to Bhavesh, it can happen. So it can be happen that Bhavesh cannot solve any problem, or he can solve one problem, or he can solve two problems, or he can solve three problems like this. Ultimately, or Bhavesh can solve all the 10 problems. Ultimately, the total probability will be equal to 1. I hope you are agreeing with me. So the sum total of all the probability will be equal to 1. So if I give 10 problem to Bhavesh, this all can happen, that either the Bhavesh cannot solve any problem, or Bhavesh could end up in solving one problem or two problem or three problem, or he can solve all the 10 problem. The sum total of this probability is 1. So if I ask you that probability that Bhavesh can solve at least one problem, the probability that the Bhavesh can solve at least one problem, it means 1 minus the probability that Bhavesh can solve none of the problem. Can you understand this? Probability that Bhavesh can solve at least one problem. At least, I hope everyone understand the term at least. At least means what? At least means what? Minimum that much. Minimum. Like you're begging that minimum that much should happen. So at least he could able to solve one problem means probability that he can solve one problem plus two problem plus three problem plus four problem plus five problem till 10 problem. One minus the probability that he could end up in solving no problem. One minus none of the problems. First also not able to solve. You give a problem to Harvest, not able to solve. All the 10 problems he is not able to solve. All the 10 problems he is not able to solve. I hope you understand me. If S is the probability that he can solve, S dash is the probability he cannot solve. So like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I hope you understand. So 1 minus, in how many ways can you arrange? One way only. What is not solving? Solving is 5 by 7. Not solving is 2 by 7. And this came how many times? 10 times. So this is your answer. Any doubt, anyone? Anyone, any doubt, any question? Anyone, any doubt? Is this clear, everyone? Anyone, any difficulty? Like this, if I search more questions like this, see this question 18, 19. Guys, try this question 18, 19. You understood, right? Whatever I did for you, have you understood that? Anyone have any doubt? Clear, right? Everyone, try this question 18, question number 19. So 18A, very good Nirupam, proud of you. So if you see this Nirupam, everyone, very good Nirupam. So if you see this question number 18, a machine operate if all the three component functions. If all the three components are working, then the machine only work. Okay, the probability that the first component fail is 0.14. So they're talking about failing probability. Okay, so the probability that first one will fail is 0.14. The probability that the second one will fail is 0.10. The probability that the third one will fail is 0.05. Okay, so the probability that they will work, so this fail probability is there, and probability they will work is what? They'll work is this 0.86. The probability that second will work is 0.90. Probability that the third one will work is 0.95. So the machine will only work when the all the three parts are working. Okay, in rest all the cases machine will not work. Okay, so if all three are working, so if all three are what is probability that machine will fail? So machine will work will only work when all three are working. All three are working means probability of one intersection of two intersection of three means all the three should work. Okay, the one all the three machines I believe are independent. So one is also working, two is also working, and three is also working. Rest all other cases the machine will fail. So this is 0.86 into zero point 0.9 into 0.95. I'll multiply this, then this 90 into 95 Vedic maths minus 10, or this is easy. Why I so 86 into 95 I'll do because 90 is easy. 86 into 95 Vedic maths. So minus 1400 minus 1486 100 minus 595. What is minus 14 into minus 570 plus 70? Okay. What is 86 minus 5? That is 81. That is your answer. 86 into 95. Now once you get this, now I'll multiply this with 9. So this is 63. 9 plus 6, 15. 1 carry. 72, 72, 73. How many decimal, guys? So यहाँ पे I taken 2, 4, 5 decimal. So 0.73, 0.7353. So in 0.7353. Okay, so that is the probability that the machine will work. So the probability that the machine will fail, probability that the machine will fail will be 1 minus 0.737353. 0.7353. This is 7. 9 minus 5, 4. 9 minus 3, 6. 9 minus 7, 2. 0.2647. Clear, everyone? Anyone, any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? So machine will work only when all the three components are working. All the three components should work simultaneously. Okay, if any of the component is not working, machine will not work. So I hope you understand me. So if three components are there, so there will be one scenario where none are working, none are working. Okay, there can be one. There would be three possibilities that three out of three, one is working. So the probability that one is working and two are not working, two not working. For that, three scenarios can be there. Okay, 3C1, you can understand. Then then again, two are working, one is not working. For that also three scenarios will be there. Two are working and one not working. Okay, one not working. Three scenarios can be there, 3C2. And then you have all three are working, probability that all three are working. So all three are working and the sum total of this will be equal to 1. I hope you understood. Sum total of this will be equal to 1. So the machine will not work in all these scenarios. Either none of the components are working, or either one components are working, other two not working, or two are working, one is not working. So I hope you understood this. And so this either you do find this, or 1 minus that all three are working, 1 minus probability that all three components are working. Clear? I hope you understood this. So the answer for this would be 0.26. Then do this question, next one. So if you see this next question, a doctor claims that 60% of the patient he examines are allergic to some kind of wheat. So a doctor examined that 60% of the patient, 19 ka A, I believe that is correct. I'm not very sure. I think that is the answer. So a doctor claims that 60% of patients are allergic to weed. So how many are allergic? 60%. I can write as 3 by 5. Okay. 60% are allergic to weed. And then how many are not allergic? The probability how many are not allergic, that would be 2 by 5. 1 minus 3 by 5, that would be 2 by 5. Okay, then what is the probability that exactly three of the next four patients he examines are allergic to wheat? So, so you know the formula, NCR P to the power R Q to the power R. You can do with this. Okay, Q to the power N minus R. You can do with this. Or what they're asking you that exactly three of the next four patients are allergic to wheat. So means three should be allergic and one should be non-allergic. So in how many ways can you see that? In how many ways can you see that? This how many ways can you arrange this? This is 4 factorial by 3 factorial 1 factorial. Allergic probability is 3 by 5. That allergic is 3 times and non-allergic is 2 by 5, and that is 1. So you don't need that formula NCR P to the power R Q to the power N minus R. You can solve the problem without that also. So 4 factorial by 3 factorial, that is 4. And then 3 to the power 3 is 27 into 2 divided by 5 to the power 4. So that is 27 eights are or 27 8 or 54 4 54 4 is 216. 216 by 625. Clear, everyone? Anyone, any doubt? Okay, I hope this is clear with everyone. Okay, do the next question. See the next question, everyone. See the next question. A town has two fire extinguisher engine functioning independently. Probability of availability of each engine when needed is 0.95. What is the probability that the engine is available when needed? Let's see. Do this, guys. Tell me the answer. Everyone, please do this. Let's see who will give me the answer first. Anyone, what is the answer for this, guys? No one is giving me the answer. So a town has two fire extinguisher engine. Okay, both are independent engines. Okay, so like so none is dependent on each other. So Nirupam is giving answer the option B. You can also give your answer. So others, do you want to try this problem? So two fire extinguisher engines are there. Both are working independently. Okay, the probability that availability of any engine when needed is 0.95. So whenever you need, 95% chance is that the engine will come. What is the probability that the engine is available when needed? So you have two engines, guys. So what can happen with the two engines? So when there scenario of requirement comes, what can happen? It can be that none of the engine available, none of the engine available. This can happen, none of the engine available. Okay, so this can happen, or one engine available, one engine available, none of the engine available, or one available, two not available, or one not available, two available, or it can be both one and two are available. I hope you understand it. Okay, so that sum total of that probability is equal to one. Okay, so the question is that what is the probability that the engine is available when needed? So you have to find this. So you can do one minus probability that none of the engine available when needed, none of the engine available when needed. So that will give you all the possibilities, that will give you all the possibilities that the engines are available when needed. So one minus probability that they are available, both are independent events. So option B, when in the events are independent, that is what the probability that the engine A not available, intersection of engine B not available. So that is nothing but one minus probability that neither A engine available into the probability that neither B engine available. So one minus probability that they are available is 0.95, not available would be 1 minus 0.95, 1 minus 0.95. Clear everyone? So 1 minus means 0.05 into 0.05. This will give you 1 minus 0.0025. So that will give you 0.9975. Option A. Clear everyone? Anyone, any doubt? You could have done one is available, two is not available, or two is available, one is not available. So you do like that also, you'll get the same answer. So one available, two not available. One available is 0.95 and two not available is 0.05. So two times this can happen, then 0.95 into 0.95. That is what they're asking you. So either one of the engine available or both the engine available. So this I can write what 0.05 into 2. 5 twos are 10 into decimal means 0.1. 0.1 into 0.95 plus this is 95 square 9025. 0.9025. This is 0.095 plus 0.9025. That is 0.9025 plus 0.095. This is 5, this is 7, this is 9.9975. Clear everyone? Try this question number 21, 22. Everyone, try this question number 21 and 22. Everyone, please try these two questions. Hello. So anyone got the 21 question number 21 answer? So what was question number 21? If I talk about question number 21, a packet of 25 bulbs is known to include 5 bulbs that are defective. So out of 25 bulbs, it is known that the 5 bulbs out of 25 bulbs are defective. So the probability that you will get a defective bulb, probability that you will get a defective bulb is 5 by 25, or you, the probability you get the defective bulb is 1 by 5. Okay, 1 minute. So, so guys, if you see this, what is given as per this question, that a packet of 25 bulbs is known to include 5 bulbs that are defective. So guys, so out of 25 bulbs, like there's a packet is there. So maybe the bulbs are coming with this packets of 25 bulbs. and in that it is being known that that the 5 bulbs are defective. Okay, so probably I can say that whenever I choose a packet, so in that packet the probability of getting a defective bulb is 1 by 5. Okay, so then the probability of getting non-defective bulb would be 4 by 5. I hope you're understanding. The probability of getting defective bulb is 1 by 5. So the probability of getting a defective bulb is 1 by 5. So probability of getting non-defective bulb would be 4 by 5. Okay, now if I take, you got to know the probability. I hope you understood the probability. Now, if I take 6 component randomly, if I choose any 6 component, okay, what is the probability of finding amongst them not more than one defective component? So here you got the probability of defective searching, getting a defective component is 1 by 5. Non-defective component is 4 by 5. You understood this. So probability of getting a defective component is 1 by 5. Probability of getting defective component is 1 by 5. Non-defective component is 4 by 5. Okay. Then if I choose 6 component randomly, if I choose 6 component randomly, so if here n is 6, okay, if I choose 6 component randomly, okay, then what is the probability of finding among them not more than one defective component? So not more than one defective component means the maximum defective component. If you choose 6 component, so the maximum defective component, what you can get is one, not more than one means maximum you can get one. So here what you need to do, you have to find that 6 components are there, and so this 0, 1, and all. I hope you understand. 0 means probability of getting 0 defective component. 1 means probability of getting one defective component. P under bracket 2. If I write probability of getting 2 defective component out of 6. P under bracket 3 means probability of getting 3 defective component out of 6. Like that. So here, what is the probability of finding among them not more than one defective component? So the maximum defective component you can get is one. Okay, not more than one means maximum is one. So here means not more than one defective component. So here, what I can do to solve this problem here is like not more than means one. No, no defective. No defective. If I say means all the 6 are non-defective. All the 6 are non-defective. All the 6 are non-defective. 0 defective, and one defective means one is defective and 5 are non-defective. Okay. The probability of getting defective is 1 by 5. Not defective is 4 by 5. So how many ways can you arrange this? One way. Okay. Defective is 4 by 5, and that comes 6 times. Plus how many ways can you arrange this? This would be 6 factorial by 5 factorial, or 6c1. Defective component is 1 by 5, and non-defective component is 4 by 5 to the power 5. So this is, you can take 4 by 5 to the power 5 common. So you'll get 4 by 5 plus 6 factorial by 5 factorial means 6. This is what? 4 by 5 to the power 5. So 6, and then yeah, 4 to the power 5 are taken common. No? Yeah, so 4 by 5 to the power 5 I've taken common, right? Yeah, so 1 minute. So 4 by 5 to the power 5, you can take. No? So 4 by 5 to the power 5. So yeah, 4 by 5. Okay, here 6 by 5 then 6 by 5, because 4 to the power 5, okay, numerator into 6, correct, and then 5 to the power 6 denominator. Yeah, so this would be answer. Okay guys, this would be answer. So 4 by 5 to the power 5 into 10 by 5 means 2, into 10 by 5 means 2. This is your answer guys. So this is what, 2 to the power 11 by 5. That is your answer guys. 2 to the power 11 by 5. This I can write as, no, 2 to the power 11 by 5 to the power 5. 2 to the power 11 by 5 to the power 5. 2 to the power 11 is what? 2 to the power 10 is 1024 into 11. 2 to the power 11 is 2048. 2048 by 5 to the power 5 means what? 5 to the power 5 is what? 5 to the power 1 is 5. 5 to the power 2 is 25. 5 to the power 3 is 125. 5 to the power 4 is 625. 5 to the power 5 is 3125. 3125. That is 3125. That is the answer. Correct. So they have given in decimal. So I can use calculator to find this value. 2048 2048 divided by 5 to the power 5. That is 0.65536. Clear, everyone? Anyone, any doubt? Anyone, any doubt? So we did basically the probability problems based on repetitive trials in this class. Anyone, any doubt, any question? So this question, you can keep this as an assignment. This problem, question number 22, you can try by yourself. The answer is already being given here. So you can try this problem. Let me know if you have any doubt. Post your doubt in the comment option. In case of doubt, if required, we'll solve this question in next class. Okay. So any doubt, anyone? So this much we'll do in today class. We'll continue discussion in next class. So guys, thank you everyone. I'll see you all in next class. Thank you everyone.